smart.
Is there any particular cartoonist out there you really, was that you looked to and just thought, wow?
I think Gary Larson was great. Love Gary Larson. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't really follow it that much. It's funny. I don't wake up in the morning and read the comics in the newspaper. I admire comedians. I mean, to me, George Carlin was
right.
a brilliant person, and just the way he looked at things. It doesn't matter if you're stating it in a comedy routine or you're drawing it, writing it down. It's that different take on society, different takes on what's happening in the world.
And the take you have is pretty much what you're doing is local based.
Yeah.
And so do you ever aspire to do something more national? I mean, here we're in the middle of a presidential election. Do you have this sort of yearning to sort of break out and take it to another level?
Yes and no. I'm sure if I was given that opportunity, if somebody called and say, hey, you want to do the paper? I'd go, yeah, okay, I'll give it a shot. But what's great about this is our community is so unique.
So how do you like to enjoy your life here on the Hill when you're your downtime? Are you out riding your donkeys? Talking to the donkeys.
I love walking on the trails. I love just being in this environment. I love being in this environment, and I like my critters, and I love it. I'm the kind of, I hate leaving the house on the weekends.
And how do you think this community has changed over the years? I mean, life here is obviously different than how you grew up, and
I think, to be honest, I think that I remember growing up, it was maybe a little more rural. I don't think there was as much money, to be honest with you. I think working class people came, lived, had jobs. I think there's a lot more privilege on the peninsula as a whole than there was. So, which is fine because there's more to poke fun of.
Yeah. Speaking of poking fun, I don't know if you want to pick a few out for us that really we'll have to highlight, because there's hundreds more that you can have a couple more editions coming out of this book, I think. Probably.
Oh, at least one.
One thing we need to say is, too, as you're looking for one or two to highlight, this book I happened to pick up at the Promenade on the Peninsula at the new
Book Frog.
The Book Frog. So they've just opened up, and they are the only bookstore. How tragic. It's left on the hill.
Yeah, and the Book Frog has an exclusive on this until, I think it's through February. It's the only place you can get it at the Book Frog. So
yeah,
and they're printing more right now. I think they only have like 2 or 3 left.
Well, that's good. I mean, that to me is a statement. But what kind of feedback are you getting from the residents?
Great feedback. I had a book signing a few weeks ago. It was before Christmas, and I'm thinking, my folks and my wife and my kids and maybe a friend's gonna
and all those friends you bribed to come down
to show up on a Saturday. But it was great. I had a ton of people, a lot of people I didn't know, because I've been a fan of your cartoons for years, and it's nice to meet you. And it was like, wow, really? So it was really...
No picketing?
No picketing. No picketing.
No peacocks had picket signs.
No, not that I saw.
Yeah. We could have arranged for a few. What are we going to look at now?
This is one of my favorites. A little off color, but that's okay.
Page 87 for those that haven't getting their copy.
So this was one I did on the the famous Neptune the Neptune statue, where it shows these. The story was that they had gone, and after years and years and years, they finally cleaned the statue. Was the story. So I have this guy saying, the little maintenance guys coming, looking at the mermaids in Neptune, and one guy saying to the other one, you scrub Neptune, I'll scrub the mermaids.
Now, you said you have the most fun dealing with the animals and whatnot, but of course, we're on RPV TV, and we're in the city of Rancho Palos Verdes. You don't like to poke fun at us over there at RPV, do you?
No, never, not at all. Never.
Not that golf course,
no,
Trump golf course. I don't think I've
ever.
seen anything in there about that.
No, just, I only think I did maybe 7 or 8 of them.
Yeah. Have you heard from the big guy at all about your cartoons?
I heard that he got a kick out of one of them, and I don't remember which one it was.
Right. What else do you do for fun? I know we mentioned that one thing you do, you're definitely an outdoor enthusiast, and do a little hiking. And on your travels around this area, you said you stumbled upon a Native American Tongva site?
Stumbled upon a prehistoric site that away from my house, and wasn't looking for it, just one of those things that I saw evidence, and got a hold of a archaeologist at Cal State Long Beach, and he came out and they recorded it with the state. So it is now a state historic site.
Anything you want to, especially for young, kids out there watching that think, wow, I want to do that when I grow up. What would you tell them?
Well, one of the things in my business today is it's the lost art of drawing. Not to say that these are drawn that well, but I am an illustrator and do a lot of detailed work. It's that young people today learn everything on the computer, which is great, and believe me, and I don't have those skills. But when you're sketching an idea, when you're doing a layout, even though someone else is going to work on it, it's kind of good to have those drawing skills, and a lot of people aren't learning that. So practice old school. Take life drawing classes. Learn how the body is put together and how fluid forms and all that kind of thing. And I think that's important for young people, is to don't give up using the pen and pencil and paper.
Now, you mentioned your dad's an artist.
Yes,
what's his medium? What does he do?
Well, I'm more an illustrator. He's a graphic designer, and he's created logos that are still in use. He designed the Knott's Berry Farm logo, which is still around, and amongst many others.
You smile when I read your cartoons.
That's the goal. Look, and if,
even though there's a lot of truth in jest, so you say you're having fun, but sometimes your message can be difficult.
And I'm always looking just to find the humor, and it's even if you don't agree with the side I'm taking, Did
I read in the article, Donnie, in your paper, that you actually had neighbors that weren't talking to you? Is that?
There's certain issues that, look, I know who gets the paper and who doesn't, and usually you get this, oh, that's a funny cartoon, this and that, and if there's a contentious issue that exists maybe in the neighborhood, and I do a cartoon on it. That person doesn't talk to you, you know that they read it.
I mean, you've even done some that I read that local officials had to take you out, whether maybe you did something about the PV landfill once or some landfill.
I'm lucky they didn't take me out, they took Mary.
Oh, they took
she was on vacation,
boss.
And they ended up, she had to sit through a meeting and get a whole tour of the facility just to show that there was nothing wrong there. I'm like, Mary, you should have me do it. And they go, they don't care about you. Right. Because poor Mary at the paper, I basically have free reign. Generally, I can do what I want, and
they sit there like this, going, "Oh no, here it comes."
That's what she does.
He's emailing us his cartoon.
Oh, cartoon from Gary, and they either laugh or they go, "Oh man, some are marginal."
They won't edit you. They won't say send us something else.
I've only had, I think, 2 where she kicked them back.
All right, we look forward to reading seeing your next cartoon in the PV Notes.
That'll be up on Thursday.
All right,
it's a pretty good one, I think.
All right, we'll be back when your next one comes out.
Thank you.
Thank you for everything.
All right.
All right, I'm Liz Brown Swanson from around the Peninsula. See you next time. Thanks for joining us.